if you're looking at substance rather than whether it's an R or D after his name, manifestly, if he's our candidate, then Hillary's going to be our girl, Sean, because she's more conservative than he is. I think she would be stronger on the war on terrorism.
You really
I absolutely believe that. This idea
that's the one area I disagree with you on.
Can I just say one thing?
She will, yeah, we're going to sign up together. But let me explain that point on terrorism. We're going to be together.
You would vote for Hillary over...
I will campaign for her if it's McCain.
He voted... Is Hillary watching tonight? You just got an endorsement.
I just heard the word no.
I was touched when she cried.
All right, that was Ann Coulter in last night's Hannity Colmes making her feelings about John McCain known. Personalities like Coulter have mounted a series of attacks against the Arizona senator, claiming that the Republican frontrunner isn't conservative enough. But how far will they go? And is Hillary Clinton becoming the real crossover candidate for the right? With us now is radio talk show host Tammy Bruce, Young Voter PAC Executive Director Jane Fleming Cleve, and townhall.com columnist Amanda Carpenter. Jane, as I said to Ann last night, my work is done. Let them go and kill each other. The fact that John McCain is not conservative enough for a whole cabal of right-wing talkers is just crazy to me. Because he's actually worked with Ted Kennedy, he's worked with Ross Feingold, he's actually shown bipartisanship, and that drives him crazy.
Well, look, I think Ann is completely random. It won't be the first or the last time that I say that. And normally the Democrats welcome lots of people into our tent, but we do not want her. She's full of hate. I'm sure Clinton doesn't want her endorsement. I know a lot of Democratic voters don't want her in anywhere near any of the campaign events that we do. So you guys can keep her on the right. We don't want her.
It would be like me endorsing Hannity. He wouldn't want that when he runs for office. Tammy Bruce, what say you about all this? Where are you politically these days?
Well, I was a Giuliani supporter, being pro-choice and fiscally conservative. He was the perfect candidate for me. At the same time, what you're seeing with Coulter and other people is the realization that these days letters after the names really don't matter, that there's a different kind of coalescing of authentic conservatism that the Republican Party isn't necessarily representing anymore. But now people like me are moving toward, and I endorsed Romney today. And so I think that that's a big difference. The debate last night for me, I also will vote for Hillary if Huckabee is anywhere near the ticket.
Oh, really? I see.
At the same time, there's also I would consider that when it comes to McCain. But I'm a Democrat. The difference is I'd like to be able to vote for an authentic classical liberal as opposed to a socialist.
What do you mean you're a Democrat? You just said you're a Giuliani supporter who's probably going to vote for anybody as long as it's not Mike Huckabee, who's the nominee for Republican.
Yeah. Well, here's the difference, again, is the change in what the D and the R mean. I've made my choice based on the individual. I voted for Bill Clinton twice, worked on that campaign in '92. And so I think that there's a big difference now as Americans in general are choosing based on the individual and not on party affiliation.
All right, Amanda Carpenter, I find it so, I don't think anybody's saying, you know what, Ann Coulter is voting for Hillary, so Republicans en masse will now go vote for Hillary Clinton, because what Ann Coulter says, I hardly think that's the case.
Well, I think what is important to take from what Ann is saying is that there is a definite frustration among the conservative base that we will not get a candidate that we want. I don't think that people will support voting for Hillary as a rebuke to this, but I do think there is the feeling that if we don't get what we want, maybe we should let things break until 2010
well, what do you
so
want?
that we can
how
clean
can
the
John
decks
McCain...
and retake the Congress like we did in 1994. I think there's that feeling.
Well, I don't know what you say. I don't know what you want. John McCain's not conservative enough. Mike Huckabee's not conservative enough. Mitt Romney, I don't know how you support him if you really want a true conservative who's flip-flopped on every major issue from immigration to abortion.
No, you know what the
to stem
major
cell
issue
research
is now, Alan?
in election year conversions. I don't know how you go for him as a conservative.
The biggest problem these days really is about getting somebody who's not lying to you. It is about having a candidate who actually doesn't have contempt for the population. McCain does. He has contempt for us. Huckabee clearly is using religion as a weapon, which is harmful to all of us. At least Romney, even though I disagree with him on some very significant issues, is a man who's reasonable, who works with people, and who will help keep this nation strong so I can continue to do my work.
Shane, by the way, you can keep in your party Harry the war is lost, Reed the war he set in the fight. You can keep John, our Marines kill innocent civilians in cold blood. You can keep John Kerry, the guy that said they're terrorizing our troops,
Sean,
are terrorizing women and children.
Excuse
Jane, you can keep them all. you can have all of them because that's your party that undermines our troop morale and emboldens our enemies. So they're on your side.
Sean,
but
there's not one single Democrat. There's not one single Democrat that wants our troops in harm's way, and there's not one single Democrat
that thinks... One single Republican that I know that sent... Wait a minute. That sent troops to fight, and while they're fighting the war he sent them to fight, tells them they lost. Not one.
And Sean,
not a single
how about
one.
President Bush not making sure that there's not proper health care for our troops when they get back? Or how about President Bush not sending troops who actually have PTSD and hearing problems right back into the front lines?
Let me stay on the subject at hand here. Tammy Bruce, my good friend, welcome back. Ann Coulter saying under no circumstances she's going to campaign for Hillary, vote for Hillary. I love Ann.
Well,
but under no
Sean,
circumstances would I ever pull the lever and vote for Hillary Clinton. Ever.
I understand. I think one, she would of course not campaign for, but I think what she was illustrating is the level of frustration and the fact that among conservatives it really is about the issue of personal principles and dignity. And Hillary Clinton, for all of her faults, at least is honest about the nature of who she is. And she also will find, as we saw when it comes to the Clinton administration, both she and her husband threw gays under the bus. They betrayed feminists and the gay community, and it proved to people that she is an opportunist first and can be swayed.
Senator McCain is not a conservative. I am a Reagan conservative. He's not a Reagan conservative. That, to me, is just indisputable. That is a fact. But with that said, he is a genuine, real American war hero. And while I have my substantive disagreements on all the issues we've talked about, immigration, amnesty, McCain-Feingold, the whole list of it, you know, at the end of the day, if it comes down to him being the commander-in-chief of the troops and Hillary Clinton, I don't see that that's going to be an issue for conservatives.
If it's about being I think everyone who has served as a hero, that means what are we going to do? Elect John Murtha? I mean, let's be honest.
So you would vote for Hillary?
Thomas Sowell has a great
article. Would you vote for Hillary over McCain? Would you vote?
You know what? I would consider it, yes. That's not something I would take out of the possibilities. Yeah.
Well,
she's a Democrat. Tammy says she's a Democrat.
Is she not a great American anymore now, Sean, because she would do that?
If you're a Democrat.
You've been proven wrong before, Tammy, so this would just be a reinforcement. What is it with the Clintons and Democrats? I don't get it. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We got a lot more to get to tonight. And coming up, the economy is a big issue for this coming election. We're going to talk to